Hey, welcome to Square Body Stuff. I'm Chad, and it's going to be a good one, guys. Stay tuned. Yeah, I've kind of still not got the shop cleaned up from the thrash before No Name Nationals. My job box is still full of all the tools from No Name Nationals. I did get squeaky in the shop and trying to figure out maybe some ideas on a drive shaft. Yeah. So, anyways, but while I was at No Name Nationals, I got a call that the 339 stroker was done at the machine shop. So, yeah, and I about forgot about it once we got home. It's Wednesday right now. Got all wrapped up and everything else, and then forgot I had a 339 stroker to build. So, we're gonna head down to Hood's, hop an old cream puff, and go pick up the 339 stroker. Give them some money and we'll get us a block, crank, and everything else. Bing! We'll go find them. I'm excited. Hello. There's Alan putting in the work. I think Steve's probably just wandering around. Yeah. Alright, we're gonna get everything put in the truck and give them some money and get back home. Check it out. Can't forget to grab my stickers. And the receipt. My wife won't need to see that. Got my door. Alright, there it is, folks. I am going to grab the stand, get the thing unloaded out of the truck, put it on the stand, and get all the parts and pieces brought in from the truck, and we'll see what we got. Of course, if you've been paying attention or been watching, I went down there a couple of days before No Name National, sometime last week, about a week ago, and got a little video of it. Another cool thing is Alan Hood, while I was down there, showed me that he actually took some video on his phone. Took it upon himself. I didn't ask him to do it. I told him I would like to have video of the machining process if he can get a hold of me, but yeah, he took it upon himself to take some video of pretty much most of the process of doing the machine work on this engine. So it's gonna be pretty cool. But for right now, let's get it unloaded, get in here and kind of put some eyeballs on it and maybe drool over it. I mean, it's just a little 305 with a aftermarket crank in it. I think it's still pretty cool. But it does have some splayed caps. Those look pretty cool. So, here we go. I'm going to unload it. We'll be back. Alright, we got this little guy in the shop now. I mean, if you've been on this channel before, you've seen this little guy, but we haven't seen him this... Well, I guess we have seen him this far together because I had a little clip of him down at the machine shop last week. But they went ahead and left the crank in, the one piston rod in, just to to make it easier to transport around, less pieces to lose or get bounced around. So let's take a look at this thing. This crankshaft looks a lot better inside in the block. Got my splayed caps, they're all machined, ready to go. If you haven't seen the little video I put out last week, they called me down there to see what I wanted to do about clearancing this, if I want to do it myself or have them do it for me. And I chose to do it myself because I like to do stuff myself, and I wanted to show you guys on the channel what you can get into on stuffing a bigger crank inside a smaller block. Now if this was a 350 block, probably wouldn't have any issues because these rods are actually 6-inch rods for a stroker crank. They do have the cap screws, but they've been clearanced, you know, they have room. If they was in a 350 block, they'd probably work, but not in this little 305 block because the bores are really tiny. So we got a little clearancing to do. It'll probably be pretty much on every rod and piston, or every hole. Don't have to do anything with the rods because these things are balanced. The rotating assembly is balanced. The bottom end, there's my paper they sent with me of all the bob weights, piston weight, all that stuff, the reciprocating factor, all that good stuff. They did have to externally balance it, which the crankshaft, or I can't get anything right this morning. The billet flywheel I have is it could either be internal or external balance. Let's see what they did with the weights here. Oh, yeah, it's got the weight on it, so they could externally balance this thing. And I don't see any holes or spots where they had to do anything with this one. But I will have a good billet, SFI approved flywheel. The balancer itself, yes, and it's all cheaper stuff because I'm kind of on a budget. But I think it'll hold up good. I talked to them and they said everything I've got is not, you know, the highest quality stuff, obviously, but it'll work. He said there's nothing wrong with what I've got. Maybe not as high quality as some of the stuff that I could have bought, but it'd have been a whole lot more expensive. And let's just face it, folks, this is a 339 stroker. Maybe we should dub it the engine we shouldn't build, but I'm gonna build it anyways. I mean, I'm already this far into it, and I'm really curious how much power this thing's gonna make. It's not gonna be a bunch, especially going from now. I've got Plan B in the truck, the old 454, which is nothing special, but it's got torque for days. This old 339, I'm not gonna have the torque down low. I'm gonna have higher RPM, horsepower ish. Now, I'm hoping, and they told me that I shouldn't have any problem getting around 400 horse out of this thing. If we can work it in, we're gonna try to actually get this thing on the dyno down there at Hood's Performance and really get some numbers on this. I'd really love to do that. That way there's no question of what it's really making. But let's put this over. You see a little piston in there. The little bitty bores. It'll be flat top pistons. Oop. There we go. There's that little guy. Yeah. After having a big block on this stand just a couple weeks ago, and now I got this little small block on there, it's like, you know, they're little bitty bores. But that's okay. Size doesn't always matter. But that's where we're at. We got the block back from the machine shop. I'm excited about that. And I'm going to be able to take my time now. I'm not going to be rushed to get this motor done so I could drive the truck, because I do have an engine in the truck that runs. I don't have a drive shaft right now. We got to figure that out. If you're not sure what I'm talking about there, go to my last few videos from No Name Nationals and watch those, you'll understand what happened with the whole drive shaft situation. Say that 5 times or 10 times fast. So yeah, we got to get a drive shaft in this thing, and that'll be coming up in another, probably one of my next few videos, what we're going to do with the drive shaft for this. And yeah, that's what we got going on in Square Body Stuff shop. We had a blast down at No Name Nationals. I kind of want to cover that a little bit, and I'll probably talk about it for a little while because it was just a really good time. Any of you out there that thought, well, I don't know if I want to go or not, next time they have a No Name Nationals, mark your calendars, take some vacation time, come down there. Don't just sit in the stands. Get down in the pits, mingle around with everybody. There's a lot of YouTubers out there and a lot of cool people. And that was the coolest thing, is there was, man, no matter who you talk to, even if I didn't know them, I may have breezed through their channel a little bit to kind of see who they were, but some of them I didn't recognize. You know, when you see someone in person, it's just the way it is. But there was never anybody that I walked up to or walked up to me that was, you know, everybody was cool. It was like family. There's a big handful, or like 2 handfuls of people there that I've been in contact with the last year. That was like meeting family. It was kind of a weird thing. I never met him before in person, but as soon as we met, it's like, you know, like we knew him. I mean, it's weird. Had a really good time. Squeaky, he did everything right. Everything, the bad stuff that happened to him was my fault. Shouldn't have done it. That's okay. We live and learn. Try something out. You never know until you try. That's kind of always my motto. You never know until you try. Even though you know in the back of your mind it's probably not going to work, but just take a swing at it. See what happens. So, but he was able to complete the burnout contest and put on a pretty good show with these dually tires. Rev limiter got a workout. I set it pretty low. I set it like 5,000 RPM. So, and this big block doesn't have any problem just staying on it. And fireballs flying out of the exhaust. I just got the shorty pipes on it right now, those 16-inch extensions off the headers. So, old Squeaky done his job. What little bit I got to drive him, drives great with the new suspension, or the new setup, the new rear end, way everything's set up now. He's a different truck. I love it. He is really turning it into something different and maybe special. I'm gonna call him special, but in a good way. I love the way this truck runs and drives now. I'm gonna have some fun with this big block and take you guys along for the ride. We're gonna try to hit our local racetrack at Rogersville, Ozark Raceway Park in Rogersville, Missouri. We're gonna try to hit it a couple times on some test and tune nights before the end of the year, before they shut the track down, because they shut the track down during the winter time in our area. But we're gonna try to take this old big block and the old 4-speed and see what it's really capable of. I only got one pass down the track when I lost the drive shaft. So when it wasn't off the line, I was midway through 4th gear. My whole idea with this truck was to be able to get the low gears in it, be able to start out in 3rd and shift to 4th, only have one shift in the race or going down the track, and that worked out really good. I bogged along the line. I didn't have my RPMs up. I didn't have it on the 2-step. I got flustered, but go back and watch some of the other videos and you'll kind of see. I've got a short out of, you know, him doing his little thing, and then the rest of the story, as far as the rest of the weekend for the truck, go back and watch my other videos. We put on a pretty good show for everybody and represented Square Body Stuff. All you guys that watch my videos, my fans, I done my best to represent you guys and us to, you know, when things go bad, we just figure it out and make it happen. We had a job to do. We had a burnout contest to make, so we made it happen. And in our books, we were winners. We didn't quit. We kept going. Had a lot of help, not just from my family and friends, but other people that was at the track. So go check out those videos. It's really cool. I'm kind of rambling on, but still kind of excited from the whole No Name Nationals event. Yeah, it was just great. Met a lot of good people. Caught up with some good friends that I've never met in person before, and just really made those friendships even more solid. I'm a little bit of a sentimental guy, and you know, that means a lot to me to know these people. And in the YouTube community, you know, I've got other people to lean on, you know, when things get over or get to me or get over my head with this YouTube stuff, because it does get a little overwhelming sometimes. But I've got other guys, other channels to, you know, lean on. We work together now. It's a pretty cool thing going on right now. So stay tuned with this channel. I want to mention a few other channels that are, you know, special to my heart. First one, and they're not in any particular order because I love all these people equally. They're family to me now, and that means a lot. But the first one is Perpetual Projects. Travis and Amber, and it was just a great experience being pitted right next to them, racing our trucks, fixing our trucks. We both had issues. It was a blast the whole weekend. 4 days with a couple that we'd never met before, and just had an absolute blast. The next one is Streetcar Chronicles. Ryan and Dave from Streetcar Chronicles showed up there with Mike Honcho, Ryan's Malibu. Of course, Ryan, he was pitted right on the other side of Travis for me. He had issues with Mike Honcho, his Malibu, that, well, they're still trying to sort the car out. It's never got quite right. So go check out that channel, Streetcar Chronicles. The next one is Bad Tree Productions. They're a bunch of Mopar guys, so don't hold that against them too much. But go check out their channel. They've got some pretty cool cars on their channel I think most people would appreciate. You know, and I'm not saying this in a bad way, but they're not super fancy. They're the average, everyday Joe kind of cars that everybody could appreciate, and they killed it. Bad Tree Productions crew, the cars they had there, they killed it. I mean, the Nacho Cuda, the man, why can't I ever remember the name of it? And it's actually my favorite car, the Green Dart, the Dirty Hippies Green Dart, Triple Pickle. Yeah, man, that's weird. I do that all the time. My brain just freezes up. I can't think of names. The other one I want you guys to check out is Big Block 402. This guy, he was pitted right next to me. I was in between him and Travis with Perpetual Projects, and he's got an old early 60s C10 402 Big Block. That thing sounded nasty. I wish my Big Block sounded like his Big Block. Well, he had some issues too, but I want you guys to go to his channel, check out what issues he had. I don't want to spill any beans. But his issues were later on. He actually represented the old street truck guys. I mean, he went out there and he really hit it hard and put on a good show. So go check out his channel. He's also got a Mustang on his channel, if you're into that kind of thing. But don't hold it against him. But Big Block 402, go check out his channel. And there were so many other channels there. Layton Motorsports, that's another channel that helped us out tremendously with this truck, letting us use their welder for my truck and Travis's truck. NSB Customs, they helped us too with the trucks. They were kind of the power supply for Layton Motorsports' welder that I got to use. So anyways, yeah, I've drug this out way longer than what I thought I would. I'm seeing 19 minutes on the screen right now. And what do you think about that, J-Bo?